The Maze Runner 2, The Scorch Trials. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Think About It Reviews. I am your host, Dan the Man, a.k.a. Daniel Son. And this is directed by Wes Ball. It is starring Dylan O'Brien, Kaya Scaldoro, and some other people. One of the chicks looks exactly like Kristen Stewart, and she is Teresa in this film. Gotta say, the first Maze Runner, I know it's a teen novel pretty much. Going into it, I had low expectations of okay, this is another cash grab. This is probably another kind of Hunger Games where they try to bank on. So I really just didn't necessarily think that the first film was going to be that good. But I went into the first one, came out of it, and I really did enjoy the hell out of the first one. I thought the first one was very enjoyable. I really liked it. I just really liked it. Only problem I really had with it was the special effects. And with this sequel, that is another problem I have with the sequel, is the special effects, where it kind of reminded me of I Am Legend and also a little bit of Mad Max. Now, not quality-wise in Mad Max, but kind of like apocalyptic-wise, the scenario, so to speak. Now, I have another problem with this film, but I'm going to let you know right away. I think this film it's great. It's one of my favorites by far this year. One of them. I really enjoyed the hell out of this film. I had expectations. They were high, but they weren't too high. But this film definitely delivers. I mean, it's grander. It's more exciting. And boy, if you read the novels, I had no clue what I was getting myself into. Had no clue. And man, everything surprised the hell out of me. I was like, whoa, this is where it goes to? Had no clue. The pace, it's like it's 2.5 hours, I believe. 2.5 hour long movie. The pacing is great. I never felt bored. I was always excited. I thought from beginning to end, they were always doing something. They were always trying to get somewhere. They're always trying to escape. I mean, it was a movie that had different kind of tones, and you think a lot of tones would just crumble a film. However, with this film, it worked. I mean, the tone I was feeling was action, horror, drama, and it just all worked. It all came together very, very nicely. Now, one of the things I did have a problem, though, was Mr. Jansen, and he's played by Aidan Gillian. I believe it's Gillian. And this guy, I mean, I think they should have recast this guy because this guy just looks... I mean, there's no spoiler in this. Like in the first, pretty much, you'll get it right away. You'll get it. But if you don't want me to spoil it for you, I'm just going to take a minute. So just wait a minute. So I'm going to do it real quick. Spoiler alert. This guy's like a villain. This shouldn't be a spoiler. I mean, it's on here. He's a villain. He smirks through the whole damn movie. He smirks from the beginning. This guy is bad news. And I think they needed somebody else to come in here and not have that stupid-ass smirk on his face. Because you knew right away that this guy was a villain. Other than that, the cast is really well done. I believe I do like a lot of these people. We have Dylan O'Brien, which I believe he's in Teen Wolf. He's pretty big star with the ladies, pretty much. And of course, why? Probably because I remember going to Comic-Con and everybody was screaming, "Oh, Dylan O'Brien!" Well, he plays Thomas, and Thomas is an interesting fellow. He's a good-hearted one. If anything, you kind of want a little bit something different from Thomas, a little bit more maybe characteristics. I mean, he's always just gung-ho, gonna save a friend, I'll never leave friends behind, what you see all the time. But I think Thomas would be more interesting if he had different kind of characteristics. However, we do follow Thomas, and I think he's good enough character. We definitely do like him, and we follow him. And the whole situation is from the first one, basically, if you've seen the first one, they get captured, not captured, so to speak, but they get found. I mean, they get through the maze. They see all these people dead, and it's Wicked. Wicked is this organization that's, wicked. And they get captured, or they get pretty much taken in by this group. Basically, this group who says there's a safe haven, but is there really a safe haven? Are they really going to that safe haven? We don't know. We do get introduced to new characters. I thought the new characters like Eris was not too bad. He was fine. I thought he was very likable. Teresa, I didn't like Teresa. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Teresa is also one of the main female leads in. Well, she is the main female lead in the last movie. In this film, I just felt like I just didn't like her. I didn't necessarily hate her either in the first one, but I think I just disliked her more in this one. But I did love Brenda, and Brenda's played by Rosa Salazar, and Brenda was awesome. I thought Brenda was really cool. Her characteristics, she was a strong female character in this film. So there's some characters in here, and I'm not going to give away the surprise casting that I had no clue but when I see him, I'm like, it brings me back to a TV show, and I'm like, yes, good job, movie. You just picked up one of the baddest mofos in TV history. So that was pretty awesome. And there's a lot of little bit of funny moments in this film that work. There's a lot of, there's things you've seen before and type of cliches, but it still works out pretty good. The intensity is great, especially these chase sequences when it gets to that horror kind of tone. It just really just makes it just, I was just so shocked on where I was going with this film. I thought it was just unbelievable. I really enjoyed the hell out of this film. Now, if you follow me on Facebook, you know I give a rating there, and I did give it a 9 out of 10 because you know what, this did everything I wanted from a sequel. It raised the stakes. The ending was great. It does lead you up to another film, which I'm looking forward to. The characters were great as well. There's a lot of cast of characters, and I haven't really their chemistry is somewhat like the Fast and the Furious franchise, especially with Newt. I do like Newt. I do like like I said, the different characters that they introduced in this film. I do like the conflict that's going on. I feel like, this isn't a Hunger Games. This is its own thing, and that's a biggest compliment I can give it. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. But honestly, it's definitely a recommendation. So if you're going to the movies, I know there's a lot of films out there, especially what I want to see. But if you've already seen the first one, I'm telling you right now, the second one, I believe, in my opinion, is superior. I believe it's superior. I believe it did everything it needed to do to make it superior. And I really couldn't find anything that I necessarily hated about the film, or, it'd be small nitpicks. But I'm not going to go that way. I think The Scorch Trials was just such an entertaining film, and honestly, I would watch it again. I definitely would watch it in the biggest screen you got, because honestly, these action sequences, they're pretty damn good. Are they Mad Max good? I don't know about that, but they're up there. They're pretty. I think I enjoyed these action sequences more than I did Avengers: Age of Ultron. So they feel, even though some of the special effects were kind of a letdown and did feel like I Am Legend, I still was pulled into the movie, and I still were kind of worried about some of these characters, which is great. You want the film for you to worry about Thomas and Brenda and Newt and Teresa. Well, if you like Teresa. Okay, guys. So yeah, I do recommend it. So thank you guys for listening. And like I always say, grab a tick, grab a seat. Make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. I'll see you at the cinema. And don't forget to subscribe. I have many more videos. And also like the video, well, if you like it. So good night.